So was or is Xxxtentacion our generation Tupac or your generation Tupac? Well, to be honest with you, it's not that easy to actually answer, because look, think about it. If you're looking at him off of face value, you're like, oh, this motherfucker's a thug, he's a badass kid, motherfucker's up to no good, look at it, got tats all over his body. So did Pac. They're looking at him the same exact way. And then so from face value, you'd be like, you're an ignorant motherfucker, you're not saying nothing of knowledge and substance. And then you hear him talk, and then you're like, fuck, you're mind blown. So who else do you know doing that right now? Because I'm gonna tell you, off bat, I was like, he's nobody I'm interested in listening to. Why? I'm not interested. And when I started hearing him talk about chakras and the universe and seeing how advanced he was spiritually, I was like, oh shit. Like, you got a problem on your hands, because you're not only, like, somebody's that bad to where if they turn good, it's like they have the ability to change the world. Because look what he was doing with barely any power. Inciting riots and making people fucking do anything he wanted. You know what I mean? So it's like, who does that on a regular basis? You know, and it takes a certain type of person to have that kind of power. Like, it just doesn't come to anybody. It's like a gift. So it's like, comparing the two to me is not fair, because I think they're both on separate parts of their journey. So it's like, you can't compare somebody's chapter 20 to somebody else's chapter 5. So that's where the first step lies. And the second is really, it's not fair to measure. It's not fair to measure the energy of one another, because again, you're comparing chapters. So it's like, not everybody's chapter is the same, and not everybody even has the same fucking book. So it's like, what's the point of doing it? You know, it doesn't really make any sense when you think about it. He wasn't Pac, he was X. So there's no argument. So it's a big fucking deal for nothing. And obviously, whoever that generation is closest to, they're gonna gravitate towards that person opposed to the other person. So it doesn't matter who you're comparing it to. You can say it was somebody else besides X you're comparing Pac to. Nobody's gonna care. Because everybody that loves Pac are gonna gravitate towards Pac, because that's what's in their heart. And that's what they know best. So you can't hang, and they've experienced that with somebody else. Like, you can't, like, y'all have your Pac and they have theirs. So in reality, at the end of the day, maybe they were pulling from the same pool of energy. And that's why they were like that. Because you can't sit here and say X was normal, because he wasn't. If you listen to the things he had to say, you're like, whoa, this is advanced. So at the end of the day, there's certain people pulling from a certain creative pool, and that's why they are the way they are, because of what they're utilizing, the spiritual and energetic tools that they're utilizing. They have probably a similar path, similar goals, and similar strengths, and they use it the same way. So you're confusing with how they're using their strengths into who they are. At the end of the day, they're the exact same person.